Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. And what was once a triangle-induced Bitcoin dream is quickly turning into a nightmare. Now, if you remember, I had a dream that Bitcoin would follow a path to 90,000 by the first week of June. And as you can see, once we zoom in here, we started on this path looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame here. We did start on this path, but then something happened. Something big. We got a big dump. And that's when my dream turned into a nightmare. So, what the hell's going on? Remember, we had all these channels we were trading in. Trading very nicely in all these channels. We even attempted, after breaking from our path here, you can kind of see that once we fell out of this channel and failed to hold it as support, it kind of brought us downwards. But you can see then we even attempted again to get back into this channel. I don't know if that's just a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, let's move on from there. Basically, there, we've erased all that stuff. Basically, we need more info. The good thing is that we have, the bad thing is, first of all, we've fallen back below our blue, and I guess I did make a video. We've fallen back below the center line of our smaller blue parallel channel, which I don't like, because that would indicate that it's possible to come here down to the bottom of the blue channel, which currently sits at 59,000. But imagine that we don't hit it because it is sloping upwards. It does intersect the bottom of the Gaussian channel at around $60,000. So that's a potential target on the downside. But that kind of creates a bigger problem. As you recall, oh good, I have it on the chart. This whole thing was this breakout from this inverse head and shoulders pattern after switch to a 4-hour time frame. After consolidating in this green channel downwards, this green bull flag channel, eventually you have a breakout. We had that breakout, and we're now failing from that breakout potentially, unless this is just a freaking bear trap or bull trap. I get them mixed up. I guess this would be a bear trap. If it goes down, it's a bear trap. I don't know. It's like Eric Crown and the moons. He doesn't know which moon's a full moon and which moon's a new moon. Okay, so let's get back to this inverse head and shoulders pattern. The target from that, clearly drawn from the top of the head to the neckline, this is all very accurately drawn here. He broke the neckline here, came down, retested it. Target is up here. at 75K. We haven't hit that. We came up to 72. And if you recall, that 72 that we hit was just a little bit past the breakout of this little triangle here. This little triangular pattern here broke out from that, went past the target, and then came back down into it. And that's where we broke down. And I'm having a hard time understanding that. And that's why I'm just wondering if this... I want to say that this is just a bear trap. And that we're going to pump today. But that's why we need more information. I'd like to see us just pump right back out above our center line of our blue channel and above the daily Gaussian channel. That's the other thing. We've fallen back into the Gaussian channel here. Fallen back into the Gaussian channel, fallen below the center line of our blue channel. The good thing is we are holding support here on the most important channel in Bitcoin's history, that white channel. We are also holding support. If I zoom in, you can see we wick down here and here to our upward sloping channel from the, which is our channel that we're reversing in from our inverse head and shoulders. So, thus far, we're just oscillating in this channel, and we're at the bottom of the channel. Both these channels. What I don't like is that we've come below this center line and fallen back into the daily Gaussian channel. Also, what's occurring here, and it's really kind of rough and ugly. Let me get rid of some of those. We are potentially setting up here for just a regular old head and shoulders pattern with the neckline as this orange line here. And we're on the 4-hour. Now we do have a wick through here. So, but we have candle bodies and, well, I'm not going to extend that right now, but yeah, it does touch right here. So, oops, we do have that shoulder there, then a funny looking head. And so even if we do see a reversal, see a move back upwards here, we got to watch out. We just got to keep an eye on this. Even if this does form some sort of a shoulder here, what we want to watch for is if it breaks our upward sloping channel here. And I don't know how you're going to know that unless, since it is sloping upwards, we don't have a clear number. Just going to have to keep an eye on it, unless you have this channel drawn on your chart. But yeah, these are all close together here. So if we hit this, and without coming back down to the orange neckline, I think we're safe. Problem is, if we come back down and hold support on this white line, we've broken that neckline. And then there's the potential that we don't hold this as support and we do fall back down. That would bring us, the target would bring us down to the mean band of the Gaussian channel. So maybe that is inevitable in what we're doing here, that we had this inverse head and shoulders reversal back here. Now we have a head and shoulders reversal, and what it's doing, it's just oscillating us in this. That's what I'm afraid of. We're just hanging out in the Gaussian channel here until until Jerome Powell tells us what to do. And this is really, really disgusting. I hate this because I see it time and time again. That all the people in the market, they're all a bunch of pussies. All they want to do is go sideways and until we hear what the Fed, what Jerome says. Everybody's waiting on his words. Is he going to be? And people have been talking about recession for the past 2 years. And it's just it's really sickening. But anyway, there's always some doom and gloom around the corner that's going to wreck the markets. So I'm afraid that that's what's happening. We're just hanging out in here. Now, potentially, we could come all the way down to the bottom of the Gaussian channel, which is down, like I said before, down around $60,000. And that would be the base. That's the worst case scenario. I think it could get worse. It could get really worse because if you see, we have the orange line here, which is our, let me erase this new head and shoulder. So here we have the orange line, which is, what I'm going to do with that actually is extend it. If I can. Hold on, I'll pause the video. So if we extend that neckline there, and we do come back down to the bottom of the Gaussian channel, all this stuff is getting really, really close here. If we come all the way down here, it depends on what kind of time frame we're talking about here. We have the potential of breaking that neckline. Now, if we did that, that could bring us all the way back down here to the $52,000 range. All right, so that's the worst case scenario, and that's doom and gloom. And that also coincides with the bottom of our green parallel channel, the bull flag channel here. So that's the worst case scenario, but the way the market is laying out the chart, that it's certainly offering that as a possibility. But again, that is well, all this stuff could play out over the weekend. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because we can even pull, I mean, this doesn't have to be here. It could be anywhere. It could be way over here somewhere. And let's just put it way over there for now. Because it still gets us to the bottom of our, it's still the target down there. So, potentially, I don't know. We need more information. Like I said, we need more information. I don't want to make any guesses here. We need to see what's going to happen today. I'd like to see us just pump here. Pump, get a short squeeze, get all the way the F up here. Be really, really nice. But then you got to consider, too, there was also all this resistance up here, these red horizontal resistance lines around 72K, give or take. And the center line of the white, the most important channel in Bitcoin history, and the center line of the blue channel. So we got lots of lines here that can act as support and resistance. I'd like to see us get it back above the daily Gaussian channel and the blue line here. That would be sweet. If we could do that today and hold this over the weekend, that's what I'd really like to see. And then we can move onwards and upwards from there. I'm just afraid the market's going to be all wimpy and just hang out here waiting for what Jerome has to say. Now, what that does longer term is tells me if we can't get above 70,000, up out above 73,000 and start forming structure here before our parabolic run, and we do start a parabolic run right here and move onwards and upwards, the next bear market is going to come down to 70K. I don't think that's good, because that tells us that the bull market, the bull rally, isn't going to get up past 225. And maybe that's all it does. Maybe I've long said, I believe we'll come up to somewhere between 125 and 180-ish in November, see a pullback, and then have another rally after a dump in January of 2025. See another rally into March and April. That takes us up to 225-ish. If we want to see more than that, we need to get above 73 and form structure up here, up in the upper part of the blue parallel channel here, up to 90,000, where I have this question mark. So that's one of the reasons. Now, if we did do that, then if we did come up here and hang out in this area, building up support for the future bear market, that's dragging. Let's get to a daily so I can zoom out a little bit more. That drags our parabolic rally out longer. Maybe we just consolidate here for a while over the summer and not start our rally till much later. So like I said, we need more information, and we'll get that information today, more than likely. Now here we're on a daily chart. You can see we've had several days of red candles coming down here, and that warrants a move back upwards. Like we had several days of red candles here, and then we got to pump upwards. Or we could just keep going down. But it's not making a lot of sense to me. This pullback is not making a lot of sense at all to me. The only sense that it does make is that we're going to wait 3 more weeks to hear what Jerome has to say. Which it just makes me sick. That just makes me sick that the market is like that. All right, before we look at some other stuff here, I want to point out this green line here. It's the top of our bull flag channel. And what we want to do is hold that as support. If we don't hold that as support, which is the center line of the Gaussian channel, then we could be in for trouble. And further downside here. And I just don't see how that can be. With all the demand for Bitcoin, with everything that's going on, with the U.S. House passing this crypto bill and Ethereum ETF getting approved and all the good crypto news that's coming out, I don't see how this can play out like this. It makes no sense whatsoever. We should be pumping here. We should be up, at least to the 73. We should be up around the top of this channel, testing it as trying to break out. That's what we should be doing. further if we don't hold this white line. That's going to make this triangular pattern that I've been talking about. It's really, really sloppy. We should be consolidating in the upper portion of this channel, of this triangle, and seeing a breakout upwards, but we did come down here, and currently we're attempting to do it again. Maybe that is what we do. Maybe we do come back down to our neckline of our channel and back down to the bottom of the daily Gaussian channel. That certainly would be that certainly would be with this blue line as the base of our channel. And we could see a breakout here. Now, if we did that, then that would be a pretty explosive move upwards and would start our parabolic bull rally. But I'm wondering if that would be a short-lived rally. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to save that for another video. Let's just see what happens today. Like I said, we just need more information. There's not enough to figure out what's going on here. Okay, on the short term here, we're okay, so we're at 67.5. This is good. We're moving up. This is what I like to see. But again, we just could be forming the shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. But we are moving upwards. We did move up earlier late last night, up and back down here. Didn't really, I was looking for us to form a shoulder or something here. This action was really, really weird. But we did come back down and test that line again and moving upwards. What's interesting, if you look at the FBTC chart, they're looking to, pre-market is already trading higher than the close yesterday, so that's good. And what we need to do is stay above this white line here. That's what I'd like to see with FBTC, but that wouldn't take much. All it would take is to maintain where we're at, into next week, all the way into Friday. So as long as we do that, we're staying in this channel for FBTC, the white channel, heading upwards. But like I said, that doesn't take a lot. Now, the white horizontal lines here, I believe, yeah, this is our previous all-time high, and this is our most recent all-time high. And we should be moving up in this channel here. That's the same thing as what we don't want to see is us come down here. That would not be, just doesn't make any sense. All right. First, I want to look at, so Bitcoin futures. I can't touch my screen but right in the middle of my screen with the exclamation point is Bitcoin CME futures. It's at 67,590. Hey, wait a second. It just changed. It was a little more than that. All right, so we're only trading. Yeah, it's gone back down. Just a second ago, it was like a couple hundred. So yeah, futures is not trading much above spot. It's only about 130, 150 bucks above spot Just a second ago, I could have sworn it was going up past 200 again. But these things change quickly, so all right. Now we want to see that to get up like 250, 300. That means that the futures guys are bullish. Oh, see, it's almost 200 again now. But that's because Bitcoin price is dropping and futures isn't dropping as quickly. Probably. That's what I saw. Yeah, that's what's happening this hour. As we head into U.S. market open. What I did want to look at is these guys here. So we have the RSI on this trend line here. And we're right at the trend line. Poking through it a little bit. So closing where we're at or below is going to get us puncturing not only this trend line, but the moving average as well. This whole video is about needing more information. We need to see what's going to happen at close today. So if we move upwards from here, like I'd like to see, then we're good. And we continue upwards. If we break this and we're probably headed downwards back into the Gaussian channel. But I did want to note too that if we do, let's make this guy a little smaller. I'll pause the video a second. So as you can see on the RSI, we have a low, and on price action here, we have a low here, and a higher low, and a higher low on the RSI. And now potentially forming another low here. It depends. If this candle turns green today, then this would be our low. And that is really at the same height as the previous. On the RSI, it's the same height as the previous low, which I don't know what it is when it's exactly the same height. I guess it would be bullish, hidden bullish divergence. Since it's hard to say, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are on that. But today, if we do close lower than yesterday's close here, we do in fact close lower, we're forming, thus far, we close where we're at, we're forming hidden bullish divergence on the daily RSI. Which is good. That's bullish. But if we close much lower, way down here, like below 66.2, then we're not forming anything. We're just going downwards. So, like I said, we need more information to try to figure this stuff out. So, I think I'll just end it there and see what happens. You know what? No, before I end it there, I forgot. I created... I wanted to look at... It's this Memorial weekend. We got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with no U.S. market trading. What is going to happen over the weekend without the U.S. market? Well, let's look at that. And we can go back in time. I marked them all up on the chart here. And I have these boxes drawn. And the outer edges of the box are on the previous Thursday and the following Wednesday. So, and of course, Memorial Day Monday is marked with the line. So the two candles prior are the Saturday and Sunday candles. So last year we pumped over the weekend. Not a lot. What is that? It has 6% move upwards over the weekend. So that was nice. So what we're going to find here, I'll get to the punchline, is that results are varied. And the year before we had a nice rally upwards. From 28.5 up to a couple $1,000 move upwards. So maybe everybody gets drunk and wants to buy a lot of Bitcoin. Now in 2021, kind of had a move downwards into the weekend and then a move upwards out of the weekend. But so far the moves have been, 4 to 6% moves throughout the weekend. Up or down, or up and down. Yeah. Price action is in the 4 to 6% range from top to bottom, and we move like here in this in 2020 we moved down and then up. In 2019 we had a nice rally over the weekend. Oh, see, this one's about a 15% move in 2019. So that was a good weekend. It's hard to tell because we're zoomed in at various levels as we're scrolling back in time. And then here in 2018, we had a little dumpy dump, followed by a pump Tuesday. About a 7.5%. So thus far, we haven't seen anything too crazy. Oh, until here. What is this? What the hell is this? You got these long wicks here. Oh my lord, that's a 30% move. What the hell happened here in 2017? Does anybody remember? That's crazy. Oh, I think I remembered. I looked at this one. This was after considerable move upwards. Well, let's go from this wick. Make it even better. This was after 120% move to the upside over just over a month. In 1 month, 120% move to the upside. So we haven't had that. So I don't think we're at any risk for a 30% pullback. But you can see that we continued onwards and a little bit higher after that. And even higher after that. Oh, I was going to say, I thought it was this coming down to our most important line in Bitcoin history. Ugh. Oh, here we are. Oh, this is a nice one. This Memorial weekend, we had a nice little pump. Yeah, about a 25% pump. So maybe we get that like we had in 2016. That'd be nice. That would be nice. That was pre-halving. That was a pre-halving pump. Here, doesn't look like much happened here. So you get the picture. Scrolling back to where we are today. Where are we today? Here we are. And heading down into U.S. market open. Possibly for a bounce off of our white line once again. Well, we only got 8 minutes till market open. Is that what we're going to do? Are we going to bounce right here at the intersection? Right here at the intersection of these lines? Possibly. That always seems to be what happens. And that's the bottom of our most important channel in Bitcoin history and our current upward sloping channel from our inverse head and shoulders. See, there was something else I wanted to say. So let's just look at percentages here. Let's see. From where we're at right now, we saw maybe 6% to the upside. 7% to the upside would get us to this resistance area here with all these lines. And to the downside would get us to the neckline of our inverse head and shoulders pattern. So there you have it. Let's see what happens today and take it from there. All right, like, subscribe. See you next time.